athletes and sports chiropractic care. First point is, yes, I live and breathe sports and athletics. It's in my DNA. All I've ever wanted to do is play sports. I wanted to be a physical education teacher, not a chiropractor. It just didn't turn out that way. So I have a love for sports and athletics. And I care for a lot of athletes, from amateur to professionals. And the reason that those athletes come to me is because I approach any injury that they have differently than all other healthcare practitioners. What I do, or the way that I approach problems, is the way that most chiropractors do, and that is we look for the source of the problem. Just because a pitcher is throwing a ball and it's repetitive and he has strained a part of his body, does it mean that that repetitive throw is really what has strained him? Or is that pitcher's arm predisposed to being injured because it's not healthy in the first place? This is the distinction that we make. Chiropractic looks at the nervous system that supplies this area of the body that's responsible for keeping it healthy and preventing injury, such that the pitcher should be able to throw that ball just like they did 30 years ago for 8 innings, and today they can't match 4, even though they're performing at throwing harder and faster. So nonetheless, the chiropractor always looks to the nervous system, supplying the part of the body that's injured, restoring that part of the nervous system, hence having the athlete's body heal itself, and not just heal itself, but prevent further injury because we've restored function of the body through correcting the nervous system. This is the main premise. Now, let me go to the individual questions. So what types of athletes do we commonly treat? I've mentioned it, from children in little league to professionals in the big league. What sports-related injuries or conditions do you most frequently help athletes with? Athletes most frequently have problems with extremities: shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. But of course, the spine is the core of all extremities, and so chiropractic always traces things back to the spine to heal those injuries. How does chiropractic care help improve performance? There is a plethora of scientific information on the web available to show how chiropractic improves athletic performance. It not only improves strength, but it improves coordination, balance, integration of the body, and by all of this through restoring or optimizing the function of the nervous system. Do you create any individualized treatment or performance plans based on athletes' sports goals or competition? Actually, I don't. I do not provide individual treatment plans. I leave this to the coaches and the people within the sports. With the sport that they're training in, what I typically do is specialize in restoring the function of their body, putting them back into their sporting capacity, and letting those professionals dictate programs of rehabilitation where they reintroduce themselves in a slow way and build back up, this kind of thing. Certainly I give all patients, athletes without exception, stretches and exercises specific to their condition, but I don't give them information specific to their training. I let the coaches take care of that. What advice do you commonly give athletes regarding injury prevention, training, and recovery, and maintaining spinal health? Okay, this is a really important one. You know, everybody has a tendency to focus on, let's get rid of the symptom. This is what I'm here for, restore the symptom. We don't want to just restore the symptom. We want to restore the body so the body gets rid of the symptom. It's not treating the symptom, we're treating the body. And then, much more importantly, that athlete needs to learn that if they want to stay healthy, then they need to receive periodic chiropractic checkups to find out if they're developing any weaknesses in their nervous system that would predispose them to a lack of performance or increased injury. This is a critical concept for all of society. athletes included. So, and if ever there's a weakness in healthcare professionals, I believe, me included, I don't emphasize this enough. You know, we take such pride in helping the athletes restore their body and their condition, their performance, but we fail to emphasize, look, we've got to prevent these things, not just prevent them, but optimize your performance so that you progress in your specific sport. And can you share a success story? Okay, I got this great success story of an amateur athlete who is on target to hit the big leagues in the Major League Baseball. And he's a pitcher. So he came in with his mother and his brother who they all receive care. And I'd spent a fair bit of time going over his body because there was a number of concerns. At any rate, after a successful session, he'd felt a great deal better, and then he was participating in a tournament that weekend. Well, he had his mother video his performance, which was a knockoff, or is it knockoff home run? Not knockoff, but whatever the term is, where they hit the final home run of the game, send all their players in and win the game. Walk-off home run is the term. They're down to their last inning, and this boy pitched and hit a grand slam and won the game, and he sent me the video. I just couldn't love it more, and it's the highest respect anybody could show me, and sending a message that was just beautiful, heartwarming message.